The smart car's just been introduced in the States to generally lousy reviews. In Canada, it's been around for 4 years. One of the reviews was from Seth Stevenson in Slate magazine, said that the people who buy it because it is an object of attention. They compare it to the latest iPhone, a high design, overpriced, object of shimmering desire. Now, as I said, the smart car came to Canada 4 years ago, and you see a lot of them in the big city, but I'm about 200 miles north of Buffalo in the town of Dorset, where Margaret Casey, councillor at the District of Muskoka, has been driving one and drives it year-round up here, which is probably quite a challenge. Can you tell me why you bought the smart car and what you think about it?
Well, I've done about over 100,000 kilometers in the last 3 years.
That's about 60,000 miles. Wow.
So I do consider myself an environmentalist. I'm very concerned about the amount of CO2 I'm putting in the air. And in my job here, I have to drive a lot. It's nothing for me to drive 60 to 100 miles a day up here. And so the best I can do is to drive the most fuel-efficient car I could find, which is, in my opinion, the smart car.
Now, some people in the States have been questioning its fuel economy, but they have a different engine. They have a gasoline engine. You have a diesel. So what did you say? You were mentioning what kind of mileage you get?
Well, right now I get in the summer I get below 4 liters per 100 kilometers. That we use the metric system here in Canada, and that's how we measure our gasoline or fuel efficiency. In the winter, I'm not getting quite that, but I do have to put snow tires on this car. And last winter, we did have 17 feet of snow here in Muskoka.
Now, when you say 17 feet of snow, is that like all at once? Was it that deep, or was it just like, how deep was it at the worst times?
The worst, we could have up to a foot of snow at in any snowfall. If I have a foot of snow, no, I'm not going to get out my road. I have to wait until the plow comes along. But last winter was a warm winter, so it meant a little more snow, but it also meant more wet snow. And I did make it home one time. It's very hilly up here in Muskoka, and I did make it home one time when they had actually pulled the plows off the road. But
wow.
With my little smart car, I still got home.
Okay, and so that's with snow tires on it. And what do the people around here think of your smart car? They're not very common up here.
They're not that common, but there are about half a dozen of us here in Muskoka that have them and drive them year-round. We, the first summer I had it, everybody was quite amazed, and I couldn't go anywhere without somebody stopping me and asking me about the car. This summer, with more increase in fuel prices and more attention to the environment, I don't have quite as many people stopping me, but I do have more people saying that's the way to go, and it is the car of the future.
Now, it isn't exactly the same car as they sell in the States. It is a little bit smaller, and it is diesel, but what are your favorite things about it?
The way it feels like it is a big car on the road. It does handle very well. I drive up and down to Toronto. That's a 4-lane highway with lots of trucks, everybody going well over 60, 70 miles per hour. And I am able to pass the big wheeler trucks when I need to, not when they're going down a hill, but I can. What I really like about it is the spaciousness inside. My son, who is 6 feet 10 inches, he can even fit inside.
6'10"?
And there are lots of cars he can't fit in, and so this is a real option for him too.
Wow.
It is definitely a second car. It is my only car, but it is, for a normal family, it would be a second car, but it's a great commuter car. And it's amazing how much I can put in this car. As I said, I do trips down to Toronto. I do have more. It can take me 3 trips to put all of my 3 sets of carrying stuff up to get everything in the car. And there is room for my Portuguese water dog as well in it.
And what do you dislike about it?
There isn't much that I dislike about it. Certainly in the winter, given the coldness up here, a little bit larger engine would be nice. It might be a little warmer inside, but I just bundle up. I think anybody who thinks that they can drive without a coat on in the dead of winter up here, where it can be well below, well, it can be minus 30 Fahrenheit here at times, we need to be prepared to be bundled up. There's no point to burning more gas just to keep a car warm inside. The one disadvantage I find with it is that it is a diesel fuel that I require, and given that this is a very rural area of Ontario, there are very few places that I can get diesel gas, so that when I replace this car, I will get another smart car with the new ones being gasoline engine. It's not quite as fuel efficient, however it is still beneficial, I think.
That's excellent. So tell me in general